Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I've just had a message from a friend of mine saying big storm brewing here, and he's in Cape Town and there is certainly a big storm brewing, and I think a very big storm all started by the court case because they're all coming out of the woodwork. Since the appeal hearing, the decision in the appeal hearing was handed down. And I've just done a reading on Samantha Cohen, who allegedly might be coming out to tell her truth, her side of the story. And now I am going to be looking at Kirstie Allsopp. And she has just claimed that Meghan Markle made Kate cry. Yes, we're back at that old story. Who made who cry at the dress fitting? And according to Kirstie, Meghan made Kate cry. Kate was very upset over Meghan's bullying of staff before the wedding. She just had Louis. She was hormonal. She was upset. And out comes the story. And in, I think, the Telegraph, no less, I could be wrong, and that's coming from quite high up in the media hierarchy, the press hierarchy in the UK. And of course, Kirstie herself is very well connected. She's a very well-known TV presenter in the UK, and Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, was a childhood friend of her mother. And not only that, also is the godmother of Kirstie's brother Henry. So, very well connected. I want to know what is going on. I am using the Tarot of the Divine for this reading. I haven't used it for a while. There it is. Those of you who are interested, Tarot of the Divine. It uses myths, legends, folklore from various cultures, and it adapts them to the Rider-Waite. So the interpretations are Rider-Waite, but the imagery is a little bit different. It's a very pretty card. Apologies for the dog barking in the background. And it hopefully will give us a good reading on this question of why Kirstie has come out now to tell this tale about bullying. It seems to be the word that is being used in the press right now. Meghan thought she got away with it. BBC programme, lawyer came out and said no such thing, never happened, denied it. Kirstie Allsopp has come out and said it did happen. And so why now? How Kirstie really feels about Meghan Markle. Did Camilla put her up to it? How Kate feels about this latest intervention, revelation, how Meghan feels, and the outcome. 6-card reading. Let's have a look. And in the underlying energy, 9 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands, of course, is how you put barriers around yourself. It's the wounded warrior. It's a self-protective energy very much, making your last stand, and it's in the reverse. So the barriers are down, can't make your last stand, can't defend yourself really anymore, letting go, giving up. And I think that this energy has come out in quite a few readings I've done recently on Meghan Markle, that I think this is a war of attrition that's going on here. I'll leave the card there. That they're hoping that blow by blow by blow, they're going to knock her down very slowly. It's death by 1,000 cuts. That's the expression that I'm looking for. Death by 1,000 cuts. That's the 9 of Wands. So let's see, why now? Why has Kirstie come out now with this story? And that is the Empress. And the Empress is, of course, first and foremost, the Queen. And really it is about leadership, it's about the ruler of the country. It's also about mother, but to me it really is a desire to protect the Queen that I'm getting here. That the feeling that then a very important, very powerful need to protect that really sacred energy, that divine feminine energy. And I'm using the tarot of the divine, and the divine feminine has literally come out in the first card of this reading. There she is, the divine feminine. I felt very powerful divine feminine energy today. It is new moon today. It's been a very disruptive and chaotic energy the last few days, and very, very powerful blast of divine feminine energy coming in, as far as I can tell. I was going to use this deck for the previous reading I did, the Samantha Cohen deck, but then the Curious Creatures deck called and wanted to be used instead. But this deck, very, very powerful idea of sisterhood, of women more than just the queen. It's really about the sisterhood. It's really about women looking after each other. There's been a mean girl, and I had that as a working title. I always have an idea of the title of these readings before I go into them, because I try to be as specific as I can for the universe, so that we can get as clear answers as possible, bearing in mind that we're communicating with energies, unseen energies, and of course it's difficult, but I try to be as clear as possible, and I try to have my energy as clean as possible when I do these readings. And the Empress has come through, the divine feminine has come through. She wants to speak. It is about protecting your fellow woman, fellow mother. Of course it was when Catherine, let me say Catherine, not Kate, when Catherine had just had her third child. She was, as I said, hormonal, easily upset, easily tearful. Her children were being involved. Charlotte was being bullied, apparently slapped, allegedly. All kinds of unpleasant things going on. This is about a mother. This is about mothers protecting each other. This is about women protecting each other against the mean girl. And I've gone on a huge rant, but I think it's important. I think it's important to know that behind the scenes this level of protection is going on, and not just behind the scenes in the royal family, but behind the scenes in the universe as well. Okay, so got the rant out. So how does Kirstie Allsopp feel towards Meghan Markle? What does she think of her? The Hierophant has come out, and the Hierophant is about climbing, and I want to say she thinks she's a social climber when I see that card. The Hierophant is the royal family, one of the cards that represents the royal family, because it's about the status quo, and it is about knowing your place in the status quo, where you fit in the organization, whether it's a business or a royal family or a church or a school or a university or whatever it is. It's about that. It's about knowing your place. It's about doing the right thing, choosing the high road, learning as well. So it's got all those meanings. But here, for me, another major arcana that's come out in this reading, for me it is that she sees Meghan Markle as a social climber, as somebody who wanted to actually get to the top of the pile in this hierarchy. She wanted to really be at the top of this pile. She didn't understand how the pile worked, really, and I've just done a reading again on Samantha Cohen. As I've said before in this reading, Samantha Cohen was the one who was supposed to teach Meghan how to fit into that pile, and didn't. A stately pile it was too. So next question is, did Camilla put Kirstie up to this? Did she whisper in her ear and say, come on, you need to do something? Camilla's involvement in here. And we get the Six of Wands in reverse, and that's the defeat card, and it's a very beautiful card, this, really, and the triumphant return, but it's in the reverse, and so that is the defeat, and that, I think, is all the blows that the royal family has been suffering recently. The press, the PR blows, the Oprah interview, the court case, everything that's been going against the royal family. And so I think, yes, there was an anxiety from Camilla's point of view about how badly things are going for the royal family, and needing to just try and correct the misrepresentations, and try and improve the image of the royal family that has been so badly damaged by Meghan Markle and her PR and all her attacks that didn't come out quite right, did it? So how does Kate feel? Catherine. I don't know why I keep calling her Kate. I try my best not to, because I think it's incredibly disrespectful to call her Kate Middleton when she is a queen in waiting, really. And so Catherine, how does Catherine feel about this intervention from the sisterhood? Page of Coins. Well, it's news. The pages are news, are messages, and it's messages about children, really. And I think she is quietly pleased. It's not a huge gloating energy, but the Page of Coins, the Page of Pentacles, is that loyal and steadfast. You plod on, you do your work, you learn your lessons, you are dutiful, you show up when you're supposed to show up, you're reliable, dependable, and you get rewarded eventually for it. And it is a very innocent and sweet energy, this particular Page of Coins. And it is about children. It is about doing the right thing. It is about putting in all that effort and being noted. And I think that she feels that her effort has been rewarded at some level. It's sitting under this Empress card. She is one day going to be queen if all goes according to plan. And it's a long, slow journey to that place, but there is that aura of protection around her, and she feels it, she knows it, she feels it. I think she's grateful for it, but I think she also feels that she's worked jolly hard for this. And I'm not getting that in a negative sense at all. I just feel that she's comforted by it, but she knows that she's paid a heavy price for this acknowledgement and the support that's coming out now. So how will Meghan Markle respond? How does she feel about this latest attempt to dethrone her? And it's a blow. It's the Tower. It's the Tower. And I'm fascinated by this card because this is the card that came out as the outcome of my reading on the appeal, the decision that the summary judgment would stand. And Meghan won. But she didn't win because the Tower came out as the outcome of that reading. And here it is again. It's a body blow for her, and I use that phrase too much in these readings at the moment, but there are lots of body blows going on. It's a shock. She didn't expect this. She didn't see this coming. That's what the Tower is. It's come out of the blue, bolt of lightning. Struck her just when she was gloating, just when she was at the top of the tower. The top of the tower, it's sitting under the Hierophant, and I have been going on about how she wanted to climb to the top of that pile. She got to the top, and then the lightning came, struck her, and knocked her right off. This is not going to go away. This bullying thing is not going to go away. They're not going to let it go away. The inquiry, the private investigation might not achieve anything as far as we, the public, are concerned. I don't know. Maybe people will be allowed to make statements afterwards. But it is a private investigation. It's not a court of law. There's no reason for it to be made public and for any sort of punishment or anything like that to go on. I did see long ago an apology for Meghan Markle on the cards, literally on the card, but she wasn't expecting this. This has really upset her, shocked her, and she thinks that she can silence this bullying thing. She can shut people up. She got a lawyer out on that BBC programme, and she thinks that if she shouts loud enough and said it wasn't bullying, Kate made me cry. She said that on Oprah. Kate made me cry. Kate then apologised, came with flowers and apologised, but that was the beginning of the end of her time in the royal family. So she told Oprah. The whole world heard her say that. Now the whole world is hearing a very different story from a very well-respected source and a very well-connected source. So the outcome of this latest intervention, what is it going to be? And we get the Seven of Cups. And that's a kind of an open-ended outcome. It is possibilities. There are many possibilities that are there in those Aladdin's lamps that Aladdin could possibly polish, and a genie might pop out, but also might be empty. Some kind of monster might come out. And so we don't know what the outcome of this is going to be yet. The universe does not want us to know. And sadly for us who are hoping for a tower, another tower, if only there were two towers in this in this deck. But it's looking as if It's telling us we're just going to have to wait and see, because wheels are in motion. Sevens in tarot are about waiting. They're pausing, and pause and think. And I think that a lot of gears, as I'm saying this, I can hear gears kind of clicking and turning, and wheels turning, and processes going on, and a lot is going on behind the scenes that we are not privy to. And Meghan Markle is going to try and spin this, because I didn't specify the outcome, whether for Meghan, for Kirstie, for Catherine, who. I just asked universe, what is the outcome of this? Universe is telling me wheels are turning behind the scenes, things are in motion. Meghan is going to try and spin this. This is a spin card, the Seven of Cups. She's going to spin this her way. The royal family is also going to spin it. Everybody is going to be busy spinning away, and the outcome is as yet unknown. And I don't like to leave things like that, but that is very clearly the message that I'm getting from universe. This is a story that is ongoing, and this was just a very short little chapter in that story, the latest revelation. So thank you as ever for watching this channel. I do appreciate all of you and your support and your comments and your subscribing, and thank you, and I'll see you on the next reading.